Cache and offline support, section 4. In this section, I'm going to take a look at first different options for storage, and then we're going to take a look at Cache API. Then we're gonna familiarize ourselves with pre-caching and the definition of static asset caching. Then we're going to add and update some static assets to cache. Then we're going to also talk about how we can dynamically add some assets to our cache while fetching some data or some request. Also, we're going to clean up our cache and remove some content from our cache. Then we're going to take a look at cache strategies. Then after that, when we learned everything, so we're going to implement all of those to our final project. Storage option. So in this video, I'm going to talk about different options for storage. So with HTML5, we have different possibility to implement our storage in the browsers, such as IndexedDB, WebSQL, local storage, and newly cached API. So it depends on what we want to do with our application. We need to choose one of these. Or, well, we immediately actually eliminate local storage because local storage works like synchronously and it blocks, our application. So we don't want to work with that. Also, we don't want to work with WebSQL because it doesn't have a good support with all browsers. So, well, we also have other options like PouchDB and local storage. A PouchDB is a database based on CouchDB, which means that the underline of this database is a very good database. And that means a very good database for us to store our data and then sync back to, a cloud database. If you want to, sync our data between different devices, that might be a good option. We also have local storage, which basically is kind of like a wrapper around IndexedDB, WebSQL, and local storage. And the APIs look like a local storage. However, it's asynchronous and it supports callback, also promises. So with local storage, you can basically set up your browsers without being worried about inconsistency between different browsers. Which means that if a browser doesn't support IndexedDB, it's gonna fall back to something else which is the best for that browser. Also, you can have access if you want to have kind of access in a different browsers out of service worker to store something and show some data to your user. Local storage might be a good option. So I said that to have access out of the service worker, yes, we have also Cache API or cache storage, which is newly added to the browsers.